Good morning students. Today we will do the definitions of chapter number 11. So I will discuss all the definitions which we have done in this chapter number 11. So it will covered as the summary of this chapter also. So we have started this chapter with the topic force. So what is force? The first definition that you should know that what is force. So force is push or pull something. If we push or pull something, that is known as force. And this I have told you with the help of diagram also when we have done this chapter, that push force is a push or pull. So this student, what it is doing, it is pushing this wooden box and it is pulling this one is pulling this wooden box. So this is known as force, a push or a pull. Then we have done different kind of forces. Now coming to first kind of force, that is the muscular force. So what is muscular force? When we push or pull lift something by using our muscles, then it is known as muscular force. Means when we are using our muscle to push or pull anything, then it is known as muscular force. And examples I have told you this, you can see in this person, it is using its hand muscles to lift this weight. So this is muscular force. In the same way, these students who are pulling the rope towards them, they are also using the muscles of hand and they are also using the muscles of their legs to have a grip on the ground. So this is also an example of muscular force. Now coming to the second type of force that we have done, that is frictional force. Frictional force is that force that slow down a moving object. So whenever if any object is moving, either it stops or slow down a moving object. And in this I have told you that friction is more, as you can see this picture, that friction is always more on the rough surface as compared to smooth surface. In this example you can see that it is the cycle which is riding on the road, and the cycle if it is riding on the ground which is having a grass. So it will be easier to ride on the road as compared to the ground which is having a grass or plantlets on it. Why so? Because here in first case the surface is rough, here the surface is smooth. So it is always said that smooth surfaces produces less friction as compared to the rough surfaces. Then we have done mechanical force. So what is mechanical force? Mechanical force, as we name indicate, which show the direct contact between two forces. So mechanical force, simply you can say it is that force which is using two objects to make in contact, and it is basically done by screws also, with the use of simple machines also. So what is gravitational force? Gravitational force is that force that pulls the object towards the earth surface. Like you can say this thing, I will tell you with the help of examples that what is gravitational force. Like this, in this gravity pulls everything downward, means the force of the earth, that is gravity, that pulls everything downwards. Like this apple is falling down, and in the same way you can see one more example, it has this one. In this the person, this one, it is what it is doing, this student, it is throwing the ball and this ball always comes down. So this is also an example of gravitational force. Now coming to the next, that what is elastic force? So elastic force is that force that occurs when deformed object tries to return its original position. Whenever the object comes to its original position after deformation, then it is known as elastic force. This you can see with the example of this one. This is an elastic band or rubber band, you can say. When you will stretch it, its length will increase, and when you will stop stretching it, then it will again come to its original position. So this is showing the elastic force. And the same way, this is a person who is doing an exercise with this instrument. So when it will pull it, then the distance between these strings will be more, and when the person will stop applying the force, then it will again come to its original position. So this is also an example of elastic force. Now coming to the example of buoyant force. So what is buoyant force? Buoyant force is that force which is caused by the upward push of water on floating object. If object is moving, if that force which acts due to the water, that force is known as buoyant force, and we will say them as upthrust also. So you can see this in this ball is floating on water. Why this ball is floating in water? It is due to the buoyant force only. In the same way the ship is able to float on water, this is also due to the buoyant force only, and buoyant force always act in the upward direction. So buoyant force is simply the upward push of water on a floating object. Now coming to the magnetic force. So magnetic force, as the name indicate, it is defined as that power that pulls materials together. So this occurs with the help of magnet only. For example, if we bring this magnet near these pins, then what will happen? These pins will attach to this magnet. Why so? Because these iron pins, or you can say clips, they are attracted towards the magnet. In the same way, these are the coins. Coins are also made up of metal. So when we bring coins near to the magnet, it will also attract towards the magnet. And in the same way, these are the balls, iron balls, that will also attract towards the magnet when we bring magnet towards it. In the same way, iron nail also, they will attach to the magnet when we bring magnet towards it. And cranes also, they are having a very big magnet attached to it. So when the person bring this crane down, what will happen? All the things which is of iron, they will attach to this magnet, and it is helpful in the separation of garbage. Now what are simple machines? So simple machines are nothing, they are just basically a simple tools that we make our work fast and easier. So what is a lever? So first simple machine that we will study, that is an lever. So what is a lever? Lever is a long sturdy body that rests on support called fulcrum. So it is a body that rests on support, and it helps in the working of things easier. So what is a lever? Basically this is shown as lever, and lever is having three parts. Fulcrum, that is provide support to this, and it is having a load, and it is having a effort. So this is the three parts of the lever. And lever is what? Lever is a simple machine. It is a simple machine. Now coming to that, there are different kind of levers, as you can see in the figure 11.4, 11.5 and 11.6 in your previous book. So first class lever. So first class lever, it is shown here. So first class lever is that lever in which fulcrum is between effort and load. So that kind of lever is known as first class lever. An example of first class lever are pliers, scissors and hammer. Why so? Because here the fulcrum is in the middle, and effort is in this side, and load is on the other side. Now coming to the second class lever. In the same way, second class levers are those levers in which load, this which is shown in blue color, it is in between effort and fulcrum. And examples of these are bottle opener, nutcracker and wheelbarrow. See nutcracker, where is the load? Load is in between. Yes or no? So in this way we can say this is a second class lever. Now coming to the third class lever. In third class lever, see here the effort, it is between load and fulcrum. So this is an example of third class lever. And things which include in third class lever are like fishing rod, ice tongs and tweezers. So this is an example of third class lever. So lever are classified into three types on the basis of the position of effort, fulcrum and load. Now coming to the inclined plane. So what is an inclined plane? Inclined plane is a slope which makes your work easier. Which makes our work easier, that is known as inclined plane. Now see this example. This is this wooden slab which is shown. This is an slope. So if we want to this hold this weight, we can easily hold by making a slope. So in this way you can pull this towards yourself and you can push also, and this will makes your works easier. This is an example of inclined plane. Now coming to the pulley. What is a pulley? Pulley is a small wheel with grooves around its outer edge. It have grooves around its outer edge. So this is an example of pulley. If you will see this, so here you can see this is a pulley, this is the wheel and it have grooves, and you can attach rope on it to make your work easier. And this is also a different kind of pulleys, and in the during Republic Day or during Independence Day, you have seen that we fold this flag and we keep flowers here, and to make that flowers free we use pulley, and that pulley is attached with a rope. Now coming to the next, that pulleys are also of two types, fixed pulley and the movable pulley. Fixed pulley is that which is fixed to one position, and movable pulleys are those which are not fixed to one position. Now coming to the fourth type of machine, that is known as wheel and axle. So wheel with a rod attached to it, it is known as wheel and axle arrangement. When wheel is attached with a rod, then it is known as wheel and axle arrangement. And you can see that whenever the wheel and axle is attached, so this is an example of wheel and axle. So here also you can see this is the part of the car. When we drive, this wheel, this one, it is attached to a rod. That rod is again linked to the tires of the car or the vehicle. So this is an wheel and axle example. In the same way, this is sewing machine. So this is in this, when we use this sewing machine, this is the wheel, and that wheel is attached with one rod to work properly. And in the same way, this is also an example of wheel and axle. This is wheel and which is attached to a rod, and it helps in the smooth movement of the bicycle. Now the next is screw. Now what is screw? Simply, the screw is a energy. The screw is a simple machine which is used to hold things together. So why we use screw? To hold two things together. This is an example of screw. This you have seen in your homes also. The screw, it is like a nail like structure which is having grooves in it, and it is used to hold things together, and it is better than nails. And this is an also a screw, but we call that screw jack also, and it is used for the uplifting of the heavy vehicles like cars and trucks for doing the repair work. Now these are the 5 kind of simple machines that we have done. And last topic that we have covered in this chapter is energy. So what is an energy? Energy is the ability to do work, and energy is everywhere in nature, like in sunlight, wind, water, plants and animals. In all you can see the energy. So in this chapter we have done different kind of energy. So first energy is mechanical energy. So mechanical energy is that energy which is possessed by an object due to its motion or due to its position. Whenever the object is in motion or due to its position, whatever the energy that object is having, that is known as mechanical energy. Solar energy, we all know energy that we get from the sun. That energy is known as solar energy, and solar energy is used in solar panels to make the electricity also. Now coming to the next is that what do you mean by the other sources of energy like hydropower or water energy. This is the energy which is obtained from water, and it is the oldest source of energy. And hydropower plant, it is located on the water source like rivers, lakes, etc. Now the heat energy. Heat energy is that which is obtained from heat, and mostly it is obtained from burning of fuels like coal, kerosene and petroleum. Now next is light energy. Light energy is that we get from light, and some sources of light are sun, bulb, tube lights and burning candle. Now sound energy, we all know that we get from the sound. And what is sound? Sound is produced when the vibrations are produced in particular object. And what are the sources of sound energy? Like music system, musical instruments and radios. And last is electrical energy. What is an electrical energy? That we get from movement of electrical charges. Electrical charges are basically of two types, positive and negative charges. When they move, they form or they transfer, they leads to the electrical energy. Now what is electricity? Electricity is simply the charges. When electric charge move through a wire, then we refer to as electricity. Now these are written the three parts of lever. What is the load? Load in lever, the weight lifted by person, that is known as load in lever, and the force that we use to lift that load, that is known as effort. And to do this both load and effort, we use some support. That support of the lever is known as fulcrum. And the last and most important topic of this chapter is law of conservation of energy. What this law states, that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. That you can't create or destroy the energy, it just transfers or it changes from one form to another. So this is regarding the summary of this chapter, chapter number 11, force and energy.